It is November 1st. October whooped our ass. So what I did is I came into some bottoms down here that we scouted late season last year. Came in here and just kind of walked around, did some shed hunting, just found some trails and some openings and just stuff like that. So the reason that I'm down in these bottoms is it is crazy windy, like 40-mile-an-hour gusts. So I wanted to get out of that wind. There's a creek system that runs through here, and this whole bottom is really big. So I'm hoping to get out of it enough, out of the wind enough that I don't get swirl, because a lot of times you wind up with swirl in bottoms when you got heavy winds, just because it's gusting and stopping and gusting and stopping. But this is big enough and wide enough that I honestly feel like these deer are gonna bed on these slopes or underneath these slopes. You can hear the wind, and I can't feel it right here at all. I get an occasional little flurry of it, but I can't feel the wind where I'm at right now. So these deer aren't gonna be able to hear me, so I'm gonna sneak down here, do a little bit of scouting. I have a couple pre-spots that we have marked. I'm just gonna kind of bounce to the closest one and work my way in until I'm satisfied with either the sign or the trails or whatever's in there. Maybe even if I bump a deer, I'm gonna try to go a little bit slow so I can look in here. It's 1 o'clock, so I have plenty of time. So no real expectation other than just a good rut buck. I haven't hunted this exact spot. We did some scouting, so I feel confident that I can at least get on the deer in here with this wind. So it's wild. I got down in those bottoms, walked all over, found a really good hub of deer traffic, but no buck sign. There wasn't any big tracks that I could find, no rubs, scrapes. It was just looked like a big funnel, just like I feared. I got in there and I started throwing milkweed, and it's that way, this way. I went to one side, tried to get it right, went to the other side, tried to get it right. Try to get into a place where maybe I could get away with the most wind. Nothing. It was just back and forth, going whichever direction. So I'm gonna have to tough it out. I come up on this ridge, and there's a big CRP field over my shoulder that I can kind of see into. There's a big cornfield to my east. So on the top of this ridge, there's a huge thicket, and I'm on the downwind side of that thicket. And I've hunted the opposite side of this thicket, and a lot of deer come out of this thicket. And what I notice is they come off the back, they walk right in front of this stand, they kind of go into the private, and then they go back up to the field, or they come from this CRP down here, and they come up, they come through here, they mosey their way out towards the field, or they mosey their way down the edge of it towards the field. Now, I know a lot of does bed in this, and it's kind of keeping the wind out a little bit. Kind of backed off the thicket. I got a really good trail coming out of the bottoms into here, so it could be deer coming out of the private coming in. I'm basically blowing my wind over the bottoms behind me, where I least expect the deer to come from. It's not like they can't come from there, but I'm hoping they kind of come from anywhere in front of me here. Could see a bunch of deer, could see nothing. So I got a buck right here. He looks like a shooter for sure. Yes. It's a good wide buck. I think I hit him a little high. He was really close. gave me like a 10-yard shot. I knew I heard a grunt. Oh, yes, I'm jacked. That was perfect. I couldn't have drawn it up any better. I had no idea. I don't know what happened. That deer came 8 yards. I had him on camera, in frame. I don't know, I never even touched the button. I don't know how it quit recording. It just stopped. Right as the deer was walking into frame. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Well, he worked his way right up the ridge, walked right in front of me, started walking towards like he was going right into this bedding area, and I plugged him. I think the shot was a little bit high, but he was quartering away. I mean, you couldn't draw it up any better. I don't know how the camera did it. Well, like I said, I'm a little bit disappointed that the camera didn't get it. I had my bow in my hand and I reached to get the focus on him, and I turned around and I grabbed my handle and just swung it to him, and I had him on camera, and I was watching it the whole time. I don't know if I bumped record or in the chaos I hit it again, or if the camera had a glitch or what. Oh. But I apologize. It sucks because I work all year. We work all year to make this happen, to put one on the ground, to get it on film, and then in the moment of truth I messed it up. So no one to blame at me, I guess. But I did make a decent shot. It looked like it was a little high. He was like 8 yards, probably not even. I know there's private here close, so we might actually have to get a hold of somebody to see if we can't get permission onto this private piece to get this deer out of here. But I'm gonna go to as close as I can to the edge of it, take my glasses and look down there and see if I can't find him. Maybe he's laying at the bottom of this hill. Hopefully we can find the sucker. Brandon's on his way to help me get him drug out. We'll go ahead and get tore down real quick and go down here and see if I can't see what I can see.
So there's the set. I think he was right here.
So I walked as far as I could, found blood, pretty much right on the line of public to private. So we're gonna have to figure out who owns this, if we can get permission to go in and get it. So right on. All right, guys, so we're jacked up. Talked to the private landowners. They're totally cool with us going down there. They actually told us they have a mowed path through this CRP that we can drive. Said it'd be less commotion if we drove for them. Hopefully the deer kind of see it as more of farm equipment or something like that. So we're about to drive down there, go up the hill into the public, find blood, and hopefully we find this buck. Ready, boys?
Ready.
We're about a half mile. I know I put a better shot, but I might have been a little high. We got good dumps of blood and then some smaller drops. Now he's crossing a field, and we got blood all the way to the middle of the field, so it's just spotty. Well, another update. The buck's now circled himself, so not looking so good. Might have to wait until daylight. Well, so we tracked his deer for 1.5 miles. He circled himself. We got lucky and found blood. Went all the way up to a CRP field, started bedding down, circling himself. We just started getting specks and specks and specks of blood. So I think the verdict is high single lunged him. The guy said he's gonna come out here and hunt tomorrow, so maybe he'll give me a shout when he gets out of the woods and I can come and look in the daylight or something like that. Maybe it's not the end of the story, maybe it is, I don't know. Possum, what do you think?
I don't know, blood looked good, but he ran a long, long way.
I guess you can just call me not so lethal. Guess it is what it is at this point.
Yeah.